Next is the Scott-Moncrieff Prize for Translation from the French, awarded annually since 1965. The £2,000 prize is sponsored by the French Ministry of Culture, the French Embassy, and Arts Council England and the Society of Authors.
The judges this year were Michelle Roberts, Jacob Ross, and Martin Sorrell. And they chose jointly 2 runners-up for this award. The first, Sarah Adizzone, for her spirited translation of Daniel Pennack's very honest account of the failed education, School Blues, all conveyed, as Jacob Ross comments, with a rare sincerity and conviction. Now, Sarah Adizzone. Where is Sarah Adizzone? Applause, it says here. And not only applause, but she comes up to receive certificate. But clearly not.
No.
Okay. So we now go to Frank Wynne, for his, who's also commended for his fluent and idiomatic translation of An Unfinished Business, a disturbing book by a major writer, Walam Sansal, whose works are banned in his native Algeria. So we can applaud Frank Wynne, who is here. But it was the winner's sensitive translation of Veronique Olmi's Beside the Sea that found the judges' favour. A brilliant mapping of a troubled life onto a bleak seascape in an out-of-season French resort. This thrilled all the 3 judges. As Michelle Roberts characteristically put it, mother love in this version is more dangerous than winter storms or freak tides. And the winner of the prize is Adriana Hunter.
Thank you very much. I do need to say a quick little thank you to the Villa Gilet in Lyon, because I went for a translator's residency there and I completely bent the rules because you're meant to work on commissioned work while you're there, and I insisted that I be allowed to translate Bord de Mer because I loved the book, and they allowed me to do that, and they were completely vindicated in that choice because then the wonderful Mika at Peirene Press said this has to be published in this country, and here it is. I'm just going to read you a little extract from early in the book when this mother, with her mother love, has taken her 2 boys to the seaside, and they arrive in the hotel, and it's not possibly what they were expecting. Stan was having trouble with the sports bags. He wanted to stop on the 4th floor. Oh no, I said. If we stop, we'll never start again. I let go of Kevin's hand to help Stan carry one of the bags. Hard to say who was helping who, and who was hanging on to what. One thing was sure. We were pretty depressed about having to climb so many floors. The staircase was steep, and there was no light. Perhaps if there'd been a light, we'd have felt more like it. Without light, it was like going into a tunnel, an underpass. We couldn't picture what the room was going to be like. Everything was too brown and too dark. No room for the imagination. Kevin was jealous because he was tagging along behind, because I was helping his brother, I'm sure of that. And he started to cry, saying he was tired and even saying he wanted to go home. Well, that knocked the stuffing out of me. What, I said. Mum pays for you to go to the seaside and you want to go home? There's school tomorrow. What are we going to tell Marie-Hélène? We'll take her back a seashell, I replied. And I thought perhaps we should do that. Choose a seashell and give it to the teacher, my son's first love. Yeah, give her his first seashell. Now that made Kevin smile, and I was proud of myself. I know how to handle my kids, I thought. I just need to be left to get on with it. Would a social worker have thought of that? Getting a 5-year-old to climb 6 floors by talking about seashells? Of course she wouldn't. It wasn't even in her questionnaires. Do you talk to your children about seashells every day, once a year? Never. Well, I'll bet there are plenty who'd say never, and yet they'd be the ones who call themselves good mothers, just because instead of getting to school at 6 o'clock, they pitch up with their chocolate biscuits at 4:25 and grab their children, moaning, "You were the last one out." What matters more when it all comes down to it? Seashells, of course, and I was determined to find a really big one of those ones that rumble when you put them up to your ear and look pretty on a sideboard. It worked a treat. With the whole seashell thing, we got to the 6th floor like a dream. Me, the kids, and the bags. We didn't have any mud left on our shoes. We were sweating, exhausted, and boiling hot, ready to go to bed. And I felt a moment of happiness. I just wanted the kids to go straight to bed so that, easy as you please, we'd suddenly find it was the next morning, like other people do. The ones who go to bed at night because they're tired, because they've managed to fill every hour of their day. And they get up in the morning because it's normal. It has to be done, and they do it. Not like me, who gets day and night all confused, who sits up while everyone else is crashed out and collapses when they're all prancing around. And whenever I go out, I wonder where everyone's going, charging in every direction, tramping up and down the streets. Some of them even make phone calls while they're walking. How can anyone be that busy?